Greetings, YouTube. This is Rhett at Rolling Forward, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about looking back at my life just in the days before I broke my neck. So I'm going to look back at high school to try to set the stage for just another kid running around, being active and so forth. Typical Southern California beach town, or really the town next to the beach town, but close to the beach, easy access, a very good resource available for activities, social interactions, just a good scene. And it was the late 60s, 1968. The Vietnam War was going. As a matter of fact, on April 4th, just 2 days before my injury, Martin Luther King was assassinated. And, that was a big event in America in those times. So, it's springtime, it's baseball season. I'm on the junior varsity team. Typical seasons of the year, going around and around again, going to the beach on weekends, going surfing, and playing baseball at high school 5 days a week. I was a sophomore. My sister, still living at home, was attending college full-time. And really, it was a pretty typical family, a pretty typical scene for those times. I remember them as, carefree, except for the absolute dramas and traumas of high school love life and social scene. So it's pretty good overall. My mom was a full-time homemaker. We were fortunate, as were more people in those days, that one parent could work and one parent could mend the house and the children, and there was adequate income to, live a middle-class life with one parental income. My parents were involved in the PTA and those kinds of things, involved with my sports activities, transporting me to and from practices and games, being able to attend many, sometimes most of my actual games. So it was a pretty good scene going on. The industry was gearing up for the moonshot, which was a little over a year in the future. And my father worked in the aerospace industry after retiring from a long 28-year career in the Navy. And so he was working long hours routinely from before dawn until 10-11 p.m. at night, routinely, regularly, virtually every day, and 6 and sometimes 7 days a week, to meet that goal set by JFK to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth. And it was a big deal. And, those times, looking back, seem simpler in some respects, but in some respects also kind of more normal, although at the same time, the anti-war movement was big and growing bigger every week and month that passed. And so there was a lot of drama going on, although I was just young enough to maybe be another year or so from becoming as aroused as perhaps one should be in times like that. And also want to make some comments as to why I'm telling you and why I'm posting this stuff about me, or at least with me at the center, or me as the example. And I don't I don't think I'm something special that deserves some kind of publicity, but rather an example of what was going on in those days, and as an example of someone whose life was traumatically changed in an instant. And I want to pass along some, well, advice, although I don't really think I'm some kind of sage, but I've certainly lived through some interesting times for our country and for the planet as a whole in the 60s as the world was changing. And it was exciting, but we were so immersed in it that that was all we knew. It was typical to have these political changes going on, and not exactly smoothly. And there was social conflict, but again, you know, I and my immediate peers and friends were just a bit younger and in a bubble of Southern California and the beaches, and it was good times. But back to why I'm posting this, I hope to convey a sense of we can make this life, these times better if we take a half a step back to look around us and to think a little bit about how we can live our lives, excuse me, live our lives slightly differently, more in a matter of our attitudes than in our actions necessarily, but we can live with more contentment, and if we can inject just a little more kindness and compassion into our daily lives, we can make our own lives a better experience, and we can most certainly affect those around us and make their lives somewhat better simply by our patience and our acceptance of other people who may be different. For whom the bell tolls, I guess. But I'm going to keep going, I hope, with these videos. Again, to, rather than preach to you, simply give some examples, and I'm sure I will give some of my opinions as well. So that is something for us either to look forward to, or to dread, or to never come back to this channel again, but I hope you do. It's interesting to me to relive some of these times with enough attention to speak about them a little bit. And so I think on that thought, I will let you guys go. And thank you for watching. Please press subscribe. Please like. And for you all out there, ciao.